All Ball TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what time it is. GM's in the lane. Might be too early. Never too late. You catch us on the replay, GMs. Salute to the All Ball TV family. Like, share, comment, subscribe, as the intro said in Espanol. Bodega Wi-Fi. What's good, my brother? To the Knicks Rehab family, familia. Saludos. Gregory Lee in the building. Peace, Knicks Rehab Nation. Peace to Fabian, All Ball, the OG. Flea Mason. Come on, man. Big deal. Good morning to all. Beautiful day here in New York City. I keep forgetting to give us the weather, man. I'm sorry. 69 degrees out here in the beautiful city of York, as the Dutch named it, right? The Duchess of York. It was named after the Duchess of York. I'll look that up, but 69 degrees. It'll be 82 degrees. It feels beautiful outside. The humidity is 66. No precipitation in sight. The winds, the gusts are going to 14 miles an hour by the afternoon, 18 miles an hour in the evening, when I shall be getting my rest. It doesn't feel like any humidity is out there, by the way. Nice. It's nice out there. It's nice out there. You hear me? Peace to all. Oh, a bunch of us in the building. What's going on, y'all? Loving it. Good morning, champ. What up, Mr. Talk That Talk? What's going on, baby? Let's go. Getting me hyped up. Don't you do that, Mr. Talk That Talk. Nostalgia, what's going on, man? Come Yeah, baby Bubba. Love y'all, man. Always showing us love, appreciation. We're gonna get into the Walker Kessler. I keep calling him Kessler Walker, but because he got like two first names. That's why they say you can't trust people like that, right? I got like two first names as my name too, though. All Ball shall be joining us. Flea Mason shall be joining us as we wait upon their arrival. He said, I have three. Listen, Mr. Talk That Talk. That's all I got to say. I'm not going to say no comment, Mr. Talk That Talk. No comment. That's all on you, big bro. You know, when somebody says big bro, that's mad sarcastic. I've never liked anyone calling me big bro or OG. That means you are calling me old and something. I don't know. Before we get our peoples in the building, Roy Anthony, oh nah, you. You either have to be I would say a serial iller or a football player, man. Roy Anthony, George Simmons, Dominican. Oh, you know what? I take that back. You were named after your mom and your pops, and boy, El Campo is El Campo. They just mismatched everybody's name together. Nuts. It's not your fault, Mr. Talk That Talk. That is not your fault at all whatsoever. Dímelo que lo que, lo siento por su nombre y todo eso. We'll leave it at Roy Anthony. Roy Anthony is fire, though. Roy Anthony. I wouldn't mind a young lady saying my name like that, like Roy Anthony, Roy Anthony. You know when they start getting mad, Roy Anthony. Ooh, you get them mad on purpose just to say your whole name. And if it's a real proper girl, Roy Anthony George Simmons, you're like, what? Why you calling me like that? But Roy Anthony, like that is like, ooh. That's when you breathe through your nose real smooth. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. We're all ball at. All ball be here soon, man. The AI all ball. Let's not get this twisted. We don't sell nobody out. The AI all ball. As we await more all ball TV family members to come in here, and our subscribers, our family, our members, our familia, la cosa rosa. OG, old gangster. Why'd you do all ball like that, Georgie? Is it Georgie? Do they call you Georgie or Jorge? He'll be here in a second. I do want to get into Sobochinche. I must warn you, it's Bochinche. Well, I like this guy, Marcellus Wiley. He breaks down the Skip Bayless Shannon Sharp ordeal. I really want Nick Richard more than Walker Kessler. We'll get into that. John Pettit, aka Juan Petito, in the building. But let's get into it. Marcellus Wiley broke down Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless's breakup after Shannon Sharp commented on it. It was with Cam Newton's show. And so interesting facts, because he was in the industry, and not just in the industry. He worked for ESPN and he worked at Fox. So he had some things to say.
In 2022, let's hear what they had to say. Deuces.
The situation with Skip, right? Was the frustration with Skip, or was the frustration with the network or the executives?
Oh, good question.
I think for me, I really appreciate Skip believing in me and bringing me there. Even when the network wanted him to hire a journalist, because I was really the first athlete to sit down and sit across from a journalist and debate topics.
Right.
People know that you can talk about football because obviously you played the game. Can you talk about basketball?
Right.
Can you talk about golf? Can you talk about baseball? Can you talk about social issues if they were to arise? So Skip believed that I could, and the opportunity presented itself, and I took full advantage of it.
All right, cool.
And was that the straw that broke the camel back?
Good question.
See, if somebody else had said what Skip said, I wouldn't have batted an eye. But we're supposed to be teammates.
Yes, sir.
Ooh. And I think that's what hurt me more than anything. My teammate. That's what he thought.
Oh, dear Lord. See, and that's the first mistake I always said with Shannon Sharp. Who cares what Skip Bayless said? That's the straw that broke the camel's back, was Skip Bayless saying, "Oh, you jealous of Tom Brady," whatever it was. What? Love you too. Enjoy your day. Who cares what he's talking about? I just can't believe Shannon got that emotional and worked up over it. It lends itself to the roid rage speculation. It feeds into that. I just
He thought of me. It's kind of like when somebody else says something like, nothing gets you more upset than when your boys hit
Or
you.
somebody who really, you said 4 names. I can't really, I know one of them was Sterling Sharp.
Yeah. Like my homeboy, and I know, like, we and my homeboys, we joke a lot, but I know we're not to go.
It's to a degree.
Yeah, you can joke, but let's not go there. Let's not play in that.
So we on here all day long. We flame each other. I almost flamed Mr. Talk That Talk till he said he was Dominican. And then, well, he came back in the comments and said, bro, it's my parents' fault, man. Like, you guys flame us all day long. And is it because we don't know each other? I don't know. Flea curses me out every other week. Yeah, I just met him like a year or two ago. But you can't deny friendship, bond, and confidence. If you have confidence in someone, when do you lose that?
that area.
Right.
And so I was like, and at that point in time, now here's the guy that I had stood up for Skip. When guys come on and try to take shots at Skip, I was there. I stood up. Nah, bro, this is not your show. This is Skip and Shannon.
Mhm.
This ain't you. You're not going to take no shots. We're not going to do that, so forth and so on. And in that moment, to think that because I said Tom Brady wasn't playing well, and he wasn't playing well. And I think that's one of the things that most people like about me, because I don't have a problem. If a guy's not playing well, Cam, he's just not playing well.
And it happens.
But yes, and this is not to take away anything what that person has already accomplished. But we're talking about now. We're not talking about, we'll evaluate his career once it's over, but we're talking about in the moment, and he wasn't playing well. So I was just disappointed how it handled. I thought it could have been handled could have been handled better by management, but it was handled the way it was handled. I thank Fox for the opportunity. And the only thing that I get upset about, when I hear people say, Skip gave you, Skip made.
All right, he said that. I just want to get to what Marcellus said, because he broke it down. Remember, Marcellus was there. He was there at Fox News. I hear what you're saying, Gregory Lee. Fabian, you got to understand that's like Flea or All Ball did that to you. If we squad, keep it 100. But this is on here for the world to see. What did he do? What is All Ball going to tell me? I'm not really in the Hall of Fame of podcasting. And so All Ball's going to tell me I'm not in the Hall of Fame of podcasting. Meanwhile, I'm in the Hall of Fame of podcasting, but I'm jealous of somebody else that did bigger numbers or whatever it is. I would flame All Ball if he's sitting across from me and never podcasted before. I would flame him. Are you crazy? You're here because of me. Shannon Sharp should have went in and flamed him the same way Richard Sherman went in. Richard Sherman flamed Skip Bayless so bad he was never invited back over there. See, because people keep saying, Shannon, what did you want Shannon to do? Reach over across his desk and punch him in the face? No, you don't have to do any of that. This is what I know Shannon Sharp for. Growing up, Shannon Sharp was immortalized. Remember, the Denver Broncos went to 2 chips in the 80s with John Elway. They lost both of them. But in the 90s, they came back with Terrell Davis and were monsters. And this is what I know Shannon Sharp for. That's what I know Shannon Sharp for doing. Where was that Shannon Sharp when Skip Bayless started talking? He preps 16, 20 hours a day to go on a show and just be friendly with Skip Bayless. I couldn't believe it. And even if you got caught up in the moment, got emotional, then Skip told you to put your glasses back on. He might have won that round. Now you knew how it was. So going forward, it should have been flame on. It should have been no holds barred. Because then they get into how he realized Fox was on Skip Bayless' side. So he really had no choice but to let things go how they go. Marcellus Wiley breaks down how he remembers Chris Carter and Nick Wright. We'll get into it so much. Put your glasses back on. Chris Carter, who's no longer on Fox, and we don't even know what happened, but it had to be so egregious that he's not even on ESPN. Something happened where they're staying away from Chris Carter, right? On all sports networks. So something happened so egregious that him and Nick Wright went through whatever, and then it seemed like Fox took Nick Wright's side and got Chris Carter up out of there. Okay, so Shannon Sharp is on there thinking the same thing. Well, I saw this happen to Chris. He's very familiar with Chris Carter. Come on, these are 2 Hall of Famers. 2 stud Hall of Famers who were talking trash, and Shannon had already eclipsed Chris Carter. Anything Chris Carter did in the media, it was ×2. I understand the whole thing with Shannon Sharp. I broke it down all the time. Shannon Sharp in the media, when he was on CBS, he was okay. He was cool. But then when they announced he was going to go be with, then he disappeared. He caught I think it was a sexual harassment case or whatever it was. Then he got back. He went from CBS to the NFL Network, or something happened at CBS. On the NFL Network, that is where Shannon Sharp really, really shined, especially for me and a lot of my peers, a lot of my friends. Shannon Sharp on the NFL Network with Deion Sanders and Marshall Faulk was the most elite football show ever. Nothing was messing with that, ever. They had the guy that was on Fox for a long time, Chris. I forgot Chris's last name. He used to be on the Best Damn Sports Show. It was amazing. They had 21 and go, or whatever it was, whatever segment Deion Sanders had. Shannon got his name up from there. Then he disappeared again. So when he made his resurgence with Skip Bayless, who begged him to be on Fox, he pushed for him to be on Fox. Then all of a sudden it became this thing where it was like Shannon gets his name up and he feels like I guess he owes Skip Bayless, and now you can't outshine the master. I'm using that term loosely because you guys are gonna take that and flip it and go wherever with it. But at the end of the day, if you have confidence with them, there's no way you're trash talking in the locker room with your buddies. You come from this environment and you were so sensitive to Skip Bayless that you couldn't flame him. I will never understand that. Ever. I don't care what anybody says. That is a big L from Shannon Sharp. And then you have Stephen A. Smith driving that wedge in from the sidelines, talking about as soon as I seen that, I gave him a call. I gave him a text message. Yeah, you were driving the wedge in there so you could bring him to ESPN. And you gave him another market. You gave him some another option. So now he knew he had a friend somewhere else at ESPN. Shannon's star was on the rise regardless when he was across from Skip Bayless. If you knew your days are numbered at a location, how exactly are you treating your bosses and supervisors? They're walking on eggshells. You're Shannon Sharp. You could go on YouTube at any given time and really flame them. Right? He's still respectful because he's smart about, not really going crazy with Fox, because Fox is always going to be there as an option for him. So I get that. But Shannon had every right in the world to just go in on Skip Bayless every single day. Bro, you're only sitting across from there because of us, and us meaning Hall of Fame players. Just like in the music industry, you have a billion people who are attempting to be artists, great artists, superstar artists, and you really have only one Beyonce, one Rihanna, one Chris Brown, one this guy. There's only one. There's like 10 of these people that really drive the music market. There's really only like 10 athletes that drive the sports world. The LeBrons of the world is 1 out of a billion. Even though there's hundreds of players in every single sport, hundreds and thousands of players in every sport, including college. Shannon Sharp was clearly the one that was driving those ratings. I just feel as if to be that sensitive about it will still be insane to me. No, you did not have to be violent. That's crazy. But I expected the old Shannon Sharp to pick up the red phone and call the National Guard. Somebody go get the National Guard for Skip Bayless. Has always been my problem with that. I'm not saying I lost respect for Shannon Sharp, but how can he go in on anybody now and them not bring up Skip Bayless? You ain't had that smoke for Skip. We seen when all the marbles were on the line, you ain't had that smoke for him. I will never change from that. I'm gonna go to the comments because I already seen a couple of them that you guys are trying to get on my nerves. Oh yeah, big baby sports go. Yo, listen, click on Big Baby Sports name. He just interviewed Jeannie Buss, one of the owners of the Lakers. Big Baby Sports is on his way to superstardom. Go check him out. He's killing the game right now. I didn't catch the James Worthy interview though. I don't know if you interviewed him yet, but I know he was going to interview with you, Big Baby. He had all that smoke for the Grizzlies players, but let's Skip violate him on live TV. Exactly. I'm not saying you gotta go pump a new dose or whatever and go flex on Skip like that. But there's no way you don't show up with your Hall of Fame rings. You don't show up with a Hall of Fame jacket every day after that. You can still show up with the GOAT James stuff and everything, but put that Hall of Fame jacket on. Because it will always trump Skip Bayless's Hall of Fame media career if he has one. Because I know he has an extensive Hall of Fame, an extensive media career, but nah, man. You're not just a player. Shannon Sharp is one of these players that destroys the whole theory or the angle of why ESPN and these networks, they never hired the athletes or never wanted to hire them. Shannon just being himself gets on there and he argues his point of view. He does his homework. And for me, it kills that side of him. I don't care for Cam Newton, but I do like that he dresses like a cartoon character. I don't think he brings anything to the game either, but I'll take that back. Cam Newton got to calm down because clearly he's got some temper problems with them kids out there, and he stands out with dressing like that. So he's doing his thing. I think he might have got 1 million subscribers already. Fabian, you got to understand that it's like Flea or All Ball. I read that, right? Yeah, I'm never going to understand that. I would have beat Skip though. I'm not gonna lie, or pressed him off camera. I don't. But why? Why? If the gloves are off Your job is to do that verbally. Verbally, not make them uncomfortable, but at some point you gotta look back at that tape and realize you were way too emotional. You were way too invested in something, a comment that was just trash talk. That's his guy. He's vouching for Tom Brady the same way Tom Brady would talk like that. What if Tom Brady told Shannon Sharp that? You're just jealous of my career, though, bro. I got 4 more rings. This, that, and the third. What would Shannon have said? It would have been mano y mano. He would have said, "Yeah, you know what? But you ain't never had a tight end like this." I'm 41. Dudes are really clowns. They were corny as a kid and are still corny as adults. If it ain't in you, you ain't got it. They wanted the chip in the 90s when they beat the Atlanta Falcons in like 98 or 99. They beat the Falcons and the Packers. I want to say they beat Brett Favre and the Packers and the Falcons. That's when the Dirty Bird, Jamal Anderson, was killing it. I want to say it was the Packers and the Falcons. Because the Patriots, Drew Bledsoe was still there. Tom Brady wasn't there yet. Shannon was just trying to keep it professional and blur the lines and thought they was friends. Now that I think about it, that's Shannon's fault. Just that. It worked out for him. I personally feel him and Stephen A really worked that deal. He's not being honest because it led to him leaving and getting a big bag. It was a way to say, oh, here's the wedge. I cannot work with you anymore. There's nothing you could do about it. And now it forces Fox to go, well, we're going to choose Skip. Okay, no problem. And now you go to ESPN with the rollout. This is back-to-back deals that he has with ESPN because he just re-upped this year for even more money. So I'm just seeing through the BS. I don't believe Shannon Sharp with this. I don't believe Stephen A. Smith. They did Skip dirty. That's what I feel because they don't want to be known as the 2 guys that were made by Skip Bayless. They're telling Skip Bayless, you'll do it again if you're that nice. Skip hasn't found the right person yet. I think if he was smart, he would invite Cam and Mace up there. He would mix it up and really get pressed. He needs to get pressed all day long if he was smart to end his career and have fun. He just looks like a corpse up there. Hey, yo, did you hear that ish about the Clippers actually won 13 championships? That the Celtics actually only have 5 championships because of that team swap in the 60s or 70s? I have not heard that. I'll look it up. Julian, what's good, baby? If I can't make fun of my friends, are we really friends? And that's my point. That's my point. That's why I'm saying this is so disingenuous. This is so disingenuous. What is it really about? You were trying to get that bag, brother. I ain't mad at you, Shannon, but you ain't fooling me. He was in his element around his kind of guys. Yeah, but still. That's from 48 Laws of Power. Never outshine the... Yeah, salute, fellas. None other. What's going on, none other? Never outshine the masses. Yep, 40 Laws of Power. I doubt if Danny Ainge would trade Kessler to us. Not for anything cheap. Alex Covano. Good morning. Hope everything's well, buddy. Let's go. What's up, Alejandro Scolavino? Shannon knew he eventually was looking to dip. Plus, he had started his pod too, Club Shay Shay, so he was getting bigger than Skip. And the way that he got Fox, he was able to buy out Club Shay Shay because Fox really owned it, and we didn't know that. I didn't know that. That was major. So he used all that leverage, and he just, in real time, he made it seem like it was one thing when it's another. It was 3-card Monty. That's how I feel about it. You could have won that Skip a certain way, but you were going to use this tension to get leverage and get Club Shay Shay bought out. I think Joe Budden was the one that pointed out he was only able to buy out Club Shay Shay with that new deal on the table. So he knew a big deal was coming up because how do you just buy? You just got to, let's say it costs $1 million or $2 million to go buy Club Shay Shay outright. I don't know if he has $1 million or $2 million from the Fox money, but you definitely could take a loan out if ESPN is guaranteeing you whatever. Yeah, Shannon was supposed to talk dirty to Skip. Talk dirty is crazy. ESPN is a circus. I don't pay much attention. I mean, whatever pops up, if it's popping none other, I gotta run with it. You need to see that in reverse. The kids got a problem with Cam Newton. Yeah, they do, but you're Cam Newton. I just don't want to see you involved in that. He's a little crazy. ESPN is owned by Disney. Mickey Mouse, correct. Disney does own ESPN, which means ESPN is also to blame for ruining Star Wars. I'm not a big Star Wars guy. I love The Mandalorian, though. What you like, Judy? What you like? I never liked Star Wars in my life. Thought it was overrated. Yeah, I always thought Star Wars was overrated. I get it. I
definitely remember you watching Star Wars with me in the room.
My son is trying to tell me that he remembers me watching Star Wars with him. I tried to get into it because I love Mandalorian so much.
Julius, tell your daddy to play my drop, man. I've been waiting for 5 minutes. Tell your daddy to play my drop.
We live.
Big Flea, never the little one.
Let me finish the comments first. Of the way he's looking Biden on TV. Yo, chill out. Cameron always roll Skip, won't bring him up there. For the right price, he would. That's like, come on, man. Cameron's a businessman. Favorite perspective. ¿Qué hace? A la wise. Tranquilo aquí. Bochinchando un poquito. Talk dirty is crazy. That was you, Will. Let's get to it. Uh-oh. Flea.
What's the word?
Big Flea, never the little one.
Big Will, what's up, baby?
Come on, man.
Knicks
You got any
Rehab
comments?
family, what's the word? Big Flea, never the little one. I'm here, y'all. What's good?
I was just starting off with my sports bochinche. And
Heard you.
Shannon Sharp
I heard you.
showed,
Sounds like you want Skip Bayless payroll now. I heard you. Heard you.
I mean, listen, if Skip Bayless passes us a bag, guess what? We're going to be on Fox. What are you talking about? What are you people talking about?
I was watching Bag Fuel.
Right.
Shout out SO and Heineken. They had Joe Budden on. They asked Joe, well, if you would start the podcast right now, like, what would you do? How would you get it promoted? He said, I'm paying everybody. I'm trying to find paying everybody. I said, you damn right.
So what do you feel about that real quick?
What do I feel about what? Shannon Sharp?
Well, Shannon Sharp basically said that he didn't expect that from Skip Bayless. Like, they thought they were cooler than that for him to make that comment, defend his idol Tom Brady like that, but he went too far. Do you think he went too far? And do you think Shannon overreacted, underreacted, reacted appropriately?
Well, I was happy for the reaction because we got the famous "put your glasses back on" comment. So I was glad that we got that out of that. But
hold on. If you didn't know, Big Flea is the biggest bochinchero on this channel, and he's gonna act like he's gonna speak so properly, and he has all these eloquent words. No, he's more Dominican than you know. The biggest bochinchero on the channel is actually no. I gotta be all ball. All ball is the biggest. Big Flea.
OG won't admit to it though. That's all right. We love him.
No, he'll dodge it. He'll dodge the allegations at all costs.
That's a fact.
But we did get a classic moment out of it.
Got a classic moment out of it, right? But here's my thing. And I was talking to somebody about this yesterday. Entertainment, sports, rarely, but entertainment, sports, TV, like all of these industries and these phony ass fake relationships. Some of these people get like they get drunk and drink the Kool-Aid, thinking that everybody is cool. That's my man. That's my this. That's my that. And like Fabian always tries to remind us, everybody has an agenda. When you get to that level, everybody has an agenda. Everybody is shooting for something. Everybody is trying to get to a certain level. And in their situation, from Skip Bayless's perspective, my opinion, when your level is challenged, when your level is at jeopardy because of somebody else, unfortunately, it being somebody that you put on, that you help elevate, that you help rise, pause, right? Like, then it's the challenge of, can I control my ego? Can I stay authentic? Can I see that Shannon Sharp's stardom is a big reason why Undisputed has risen to the level it's risen? How do I control my ego? How do I control how I'm feeling and also continue to ride this wave we have? Like you said, and I went back and looked, and you were absolutely right. Undisputed was never rivaling First Take in terms of numbers. They were never rivaling them. But they did become extremely popular within that 7 years, and it was a viable other option if you didn't feel like listening to Stephen A. this morning. It was a viable option. They were entertaining. You learned something. Shannon is great with football. I don't think anybody can refute that. Shannon will teach you the game of football in 30 minutes. So I just think Skip lost it, really. Shannon just reacted, because he had enough. But I think Skip should be held a little more responsible for losing his cool, for allowing his ego to get in the way, and messing up something really good. It's a bad watch, him and Keyshawn. Like, not no hating shit. It's a bad watch. I gave it a chance. It's not a good watch. It's a bad watch.
I don't think Keyshawn's a good watch. I'm 41.
But
And
it's ego, Fabian. This dude is moderating the show and giving takes on the same show. Too much control for him. And he's not good anymore. Way too much control. Everybody.
Right. Because even the moderator didn't like him, apparently.
Come on. 7 years. They had 1, 2, 3, 4 different moderators, I believe. Joy Taylor got the hell out of there fast. She got the hell out. She'd rather go sit and talk with Colin than be with them two. She got out of there quickly. Jenny Taft, her and Skip was beefing on air, and then the woman who covered the New Orleans Pelicans, and she was the host of the show, the blonde woman. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but that's the only way I can describe her. The last host, or moderator rather, he would just walk off. Like, it was embarrassing how Skip used to treat her.
So you agree with the way Shannon left?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That shit was settled.
Okay. I don't. Moving right
That's
along.
fine.
Let's get to it.
Let me know when that bag comes so we could split it.
You're gonna be right there.
Okay.
Son, we might have mush Skip on camera. It's guaranteed money, Skip. You ain't playing. Listen, Skip. This is for Shannon. Apparently, the New York Knicks are showing interest in Walker Kessler, per Mike A. Scotto of Hoops Hype. The Knicks have also made inquiries on the trade market, showing interest in Jazz center Walker Kessler, league sources told Hoops Hype, along with Hornets center Nick Richards, as previously reported by Hoops Hype. How many times can you say Hoops Hype in one sentence? Big Fleet at 1,000%. Big Fleet.
What up?
What do we think about Walker Kessler, New York Knicks interest, Nick Richards? I spoke about him yesterday, but I definitely want to get Walker Kessler first, and then probably walk into Nick Richards after that.
Well, first I want to start by this. I like the fact that we're pivoting now. We understand that a backup big is quite necessary when Mitchell Robinson is just starting 5. It's just starting big. So gaining a guy that could be a fringe starter, because again, we have not seen that Mitchell Robinson can make it through a full season. So I like that they're taking a look at those two guys. Walker Kessler. I love his versatility. I love the fact that he is a scoring option, right? He is an option now. If we do find a way to attain him, he becomes a scoring big. So not only is he going to defend, he's young. So I think he's still, understanding and learning NBA principles just in terms of defense. But I like the young body. He's big. He's versatile. And he can play. I was just surprised that he didn't become the Jazz's starting center last year. Like I didn't understand that. Like I didn't understand what they were doing. And I don't want to get into why the Jazz didn't, but it was just surprising because that kid showed a lot of promise. He was a part of that like run they were going on where it almost looked like Utah was going to be a playing team or a fringe playoff team, that kind of thing. And they just stopped playing the kids. So I was
that was what, 2 seasons ago?
Well, I mean, regardless, he's been there. He's been there for 2 years now.
Right.
So, I just thought that there would be a little more promise for him. And if Utah is looking to move him, then they're turning the page and trying to figure something else out. I will gladly take him. Gladly take him. Gladly. He's young. And like we said, Tibbs is the big whisperer, man. He's gonna get every ounce of great basketball out of you, especially if you're, a 4 or 5. So as long as you're competent, I'm cool. There's only but one Jericho Sims in the NBA, right? I got to find a way to kill Jericho every time I come on.
Yo.
But
I mean, so looking up Kessler's, I don't watch college, but
You will this year.
right, I'm gonna have to because Flea's gonna make me, which is gonna be dope by the way, because it's gonna be me just being a novice out here, diving, goal screening, and all that.
I love it.
Come on, man, stop playing with me.
I love it.
Listen,
I love it.
and then when I get into the real bag, because Flea knows me. Once I started connecting the dots, and I start talking to ball players, like I'm a ball player, and be like, "Yo, how you didn't play basketball? You with D3? Yeah, D3. These nuts, nah." So
They not gonna like it. They not gonna like it, baby.
So, looking up some stuff, he played for North Carolina as a freshman, went to Auburn his sophomore year, known for his elite shot blocking. He led the SEC in blocks per game, field goal percentage. He was a finalist for the Naismith Defensive Player of the Year. That stands out to me. McDonald's All-American. These things matter. It's part of the reason why Bronny, right, finishing in the that was the first time I really heard like everybody going, "What?" Like this wasn't as big a deal as him making the McDonald's game for me because it was a shoo-in for Bronny to get drafted. But to become a McDonald's All-American, a lot of people felt like, all right, that's because of his father, and that's messed up. Because this, when you have that on there, if I'm just watching the draft and I'm seeing McDonald's All-American, that's a big deal. I don't know who this kid is, but he was one of the 24 best players of that season. That's crazy. He finished third in Rookie of the Year awards.
My silence says a lot, so I'll keep it like that.
Why do you say that? Don't go ahead.
Because I just have mixed feelings on that whole Bronny James thing. I love the fact that he's getting this opportunity. I love the fact that he's getting a chance to play with his dad. I love everything about this. What I don't like about it is don't piss on me and tell me that it's raining though. Like that's the piece that I don't like. Like
wait. We gotta hold off on that. I don't know how much time you have today, but we gotta because that's the JJ Redick topic. Okay. We can get into that because that was exact what you just said was that press conference. But what did you feel about Bronny making the McDonald's All-American and Walker Kessler being a McDonald's All-American? Does that McDonald's All-American, is that a stamp for ball players? I think it is.
I think today within the community, like within the basketball realms, being a McDonald's All-American is still a big deal.
Okay.
I just think from like our era, guys that we grew up with, what we watched and all that kind of stuff, it has died out a little bit.
Okay.
Meaning I'm not running to your resume to see if you made McDonald's All-American. I'm just not anymore. At one point, that let me know, okay, you were going to be a stud on the collegiate level and have a chance to be one and done and you know, or, you know, potentially be an NBA player. Now that doesn't mean that all the time.
Breaking news: LeBron James signs a 2-year, $104 million contract with the LA Lakers. Woo! Give me that 10% of $1 billion real quick. Shout out to LeBron James for making $100 million in 2 seasons, even though that's more like $50 million in Cali, which is part of the reason Klay Thompson went to Dallas, right? Uncle Sam, no for you.
Ain't no state tax out here, baby.
So technically the James family is pulling in $53 million because Bronny's about to make $1 million. So also being a McDonald's All-American, along with that, led the SEC in blocks, and he finished as a finalist for the Naismith Defensive Player of the Year award. That's not just the SEC, that's the Naismith Defensive Player of the Year award. So Naismith is the whole college?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's a big deal.
That is.
Okay. So this guy, as a teenager, early 20s, has a lot to him. You know, I know Kurt Thomas led the NCAA in scoring, or his conference in scoring, when he was in college. And in the NBA, you can kind of see that, right? It shows the competitive side, shows the skill set. He displayed that skill set. Patrick Beverly led his high school in scoring or whatever it was. Wasn't really quite that in the NBA, but you can see how he's just competitive. And you can see why, if he's in college at that size, he's trying to outscore everybody because he's still, you know, talent-wise can compete with everybody on that level. But obviously, the bigger you get, you know, more competition is on the table. I digress. I like what you're saying here, Gregory Lee. Kessler is a better option than Nick Richard, which you spell Nick with the Nick. That's hilarious. Nerlens Noel.
I don't want to hear Nerlens Noel's name again. I don't want to hear it again.
Yeah.
OG.
What up? They tried to hold me back. I know I'm late, fellas. How my brothers doing this morning?
No, you're not late.
You're not late at all.
The AI ball is late. That's all.
All I heard was I don't want to hear Noens Noel, and I agree.
I don't want to hear that name no more.
Don't know how to say it, don't know how to pronounce it, and don't care.
I don't want to hear his name no more, OG. Don't tell me about Nerlens Noel.
I also like he threw a Bismack Biyombo.
Go home. Forever.
No, don't say that.
Forever.
Wow.
Go home forever.
Not even on a veteran minimum.
I'm tight. I ain't gonna front. I'm tight pissed that we lost Hartenstein right now. Because I looked at the list of bigs, man. Yo, there's some bums out there, man. There's some guys that are just not. We're not gonna get a skilled basketball player. I'm telling y'all, we're gonna get a guy that's just gonna rebound and defend. We're not getting nothing that Hartenstein brought us, man. I can't front. Like, I know OG's not high on Hartenstein, but god damn, I was looking at it. I'm like, ain't no bigs out there that could pass, float. No, none of these niggas is nice, man. This shit is I was looking at that list, man. I was pissed.
Y'all can hear me?
Yes.
Loud and clear, OG.
I'm gonna be honest, and this might get y'all upset. We're a little too high on Hartenstein.
All right.
I'm just being honest. What I did I want him back? Yes, but I'm gonna be honest. I ain't letting them drive me crazy. I ain't losing no sleep, Flea.
Okay. Because I'm gonna walk it. I'm gonna calm down.
Because let's be realistic. We know he's a backup center, and you know he had a great season. How many players we've seen, you know, be mediocre? You know, they come and have a great season here and there, and you know, goes right back to reality. Especially for the price that he wanted. So for me, you know, I'm not
too stressed out because once again, coming back is an all-star, an all-NBA player, a double-double guy in Julius Randle. OG, God willing, would be healthy all season. And then we got a guy like Mikal Bridges that can help on the defensive end and also give us some scoring, a lot of scoring. So for me, I'm not really too stressed out. If Mitchell Robinson is not healthy, then I get it. But as long as Mitchell Robinson is healthy, I'm being real. I'm good on Hartenstein.
What do you feel about the Walker Kessler rumors from out of Utah?
I like it. Big guy, 7-footer. Like for me, us getting Mikal Bridges, we just need, another big body or two that's just gonna, get down there in the paint, defend, rebound, and bring some toughness and some size. Of course, I would love, a big man that can stretch the floor like a Porzingis or Cat and things like that. But I like this right here if it can happen because once again, it's a big body, man, and that kind of helps us with the matchup. Excuse my voice, I was yelling yesterday. That kind of helps us with the matchup when we go against Philadelphia to at least have a big body to offset maybe Drummond because, like I said, I love the job Mitchell Robinson and OG can do on Embiid because I'm gonna say it again. There's no dominant big man in the game. Embiid is not putting you on the block all day. So it's different if it was an era where you got the Mutombos, the Shaqs, the Keem Olajuwons, the Patrick Ewings, the David Robinsons, the Tim Duncans, Flea Denton, I'd be like, oh my God, we are in trouble. But, man, listen, I ain't worried about none of these dudes because none of these dudes don't want no smoke. And I seen what Mitchell Robinson did hobbled against Embiid, even though Embiid was a little hobbled himself. Nah, Mitch just need a little help to give him some rest. So as long as we get a backup for Mitch, I think we fine. Because once again, I'm going to keep preaching it. There is no dominant big man in the NBA today. Joker's dominant because he actually go on the block. But still, he plays the perimeter more so. Guys like Cat, they want to shoot threes all day. Even Porzingis. I've never seen Porzingis post up. So,
Mitch is telling us who he is for his entire career with the Knicks, and we don't believe him yet. He's been telling us who he is, and we don't believe him yet. Okay.
I'm being honest. Okay. I'm trying to talk myself into. Flea always brings somebody back down to reality. Get him out of here, man. Come on, man. Yo,
we be pissed. We be pissed off when he goes down. We love Mitch.
Soliloquy. He just
everybody. Come on, OG. We all love Mitch. We not you. Come on, we love him.
You're right. I know.
But god damn, he's told us exactly who he is. Mitch was playing. Mitch was playing the best basketball of his career at the beginning of last season. At the beginning of last season, Mitchell Robinson looked like he was on his way to a first-team all-defensive selection. A candidate for Defensive Player of the Year, the anchor to the best defense in the league. And boom, goes down. I get it, injuries, but we've had this like, okay, it's Mitch, we understand shit for the last 4 years. We're going on 5 years with this.
Yeah, that's something I never want to think about. You're 100% no. You're 100% correct. I try to talk myself out of not thinking that. But when you're right, man, you're right. And this is why when we was talking about the James Wiseman thing, look what Indiana goes and do.
Right.
So we need some big bodies, man, that can back up or just help out. And who's not to say we get one of these guys and they can't pull off a Hartenstein? I didn't see this from Hartenstein when he was with LA.
When he was with the Clippers. And I think that's what we were saying too about Tibbs being such a great motivator and putting guys in great position. So, maybe we do. I know this. We go get Walker Kessler. He has the potential to do everything that Hartenstein was doing. Like, I know we don't got to jump out the window, but he provided so much and more. The things that he was able to do, Mitchell Robinson wasn't able to do. Some of the things Mitch can do, can't do. So it's if we get a guy, go ahead, OG.
But I think I think acquiring Mikal Bridges is so much of a positive that we just need somebody. Mikal Bridges is gonna make up for the things that whoever comes in that can't do what Hartenstein was doing, if that makes any sense. Like Hartenstein was forced to do all of that stuff because he had no choice. I think the young man from Utah, man, if he could come in, once again, we all know Tibbs is the big man whisperer.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, who's not to say this young man can come in and average double-digit boards, 1.5 blocks, and just interrupt some things. Listen, man, I'm not, I'm a panicker. And Flea, you're totally correct. I definitely worry about Mitchell Robinson being healthy. I did not like how he looked as far as his face when he was in that live with Brunson and them. But, we do have a problem. But to me, what offsets that and what makes me relax a little bit is the way basketball is played today. You can win with small ball. I watched Miami be successful with Bam. I just seen 2 teams in the finals that was there without a center. Even though Porzingis is 7'5", he doesn't play 7'5". Yeah, he's going to defend, but he's either going to be injured or he's going to be out there shooting threes. Derrick Jones Jr. was damn near the 5 with Dallas. So for it to be maybe 2 dominant big men that they're only dominant on the court maybe 30% of the time, I think that's what helps us out. Get Mikal Bridges, though, offsets everything for me, Flea, because now we have
I can see that.
We have 2 of the top 5 two-way players in the game on our team. And I'm gonna be honest, just real quick, and I'll let you go. Yeah. I'm just being honest, Flea. I don't miss Hartenstein not being able to get double-digit rebounds and average double-digit rebounds. I'm being honest with you.
And that matters. That matters. Y'all always hear me talk crap about Miles Turner and why Miles Turner for his entire career has never averaged double-digit rebounds. Y'all always hear me talk about we need bigs to be big, and part of being a big is going up there and snatching that and cleaning the glass. And when we don't have double-digit I understand.
Just imagine how different things would have been if instead of Hart getting 16 rebounds, it's Hartenstein getting 16 rebounds. That's a difference.
Yeah.
That's a difference in the ball game. And this is why, teams like Indiana with Miles Turner is not going to be successful when your big man is not averaging double-digit rebounds. I don't care what nobody say. If your big man is not averaging double-digit rebounds, how are you going to be successful?
You got to clean the glass.
Unless you have teams that stack with the Dallas, the Phoenix, the Boston. I'm just saying teams that have 2-3 stars. But if you got teams where you got to work hard every day like our Knicks, man. So I told you, Hartenstein, my opinion, got exposed against Philly. I'm sorry. I'm not missing them.
Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Real quick. John Q in the building, All Ball TV family member. We needed iHeart to do so much because Randall OG was hurt and we didn't have Bridges. Also, there's some breaking news. The first one was LeBron James signs for 2 years, $102 million with the Lakers. He re-signs with them. So the James family probably signed for 2 years, $104 million when you include Bronny. Second, this is Buddy Hield is supposed to be joining the Warriors after Kyle Anderson signed with them, and this will apparently be a sign and trade deal, including 5 teams. Is looking like John Hellinger,
Klay Thompson replacement, Kyle Anderson. Gotta love it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So Buddy,
they trying to do that by committee. They done went and got DeAnthony Melton. Man. They done went and got Melton, Slow Mo, and now they're going to get Buddy Hield.
I hope Golden State crash and burn like Skip Bayless, man.
Buddy Hield sign and trade could turn into a 5-team mega deal between the Sixers, Warriors, Timberwolves, Mavericks, and Hornets. If the Golden State Warriors send Guy Santos to Philadelphia and sign second-round pick Quentin Post to a rookie minimum deal, that leaves them about $14 million under the tax apron for Buddy Hield. But the only way I can see to import him at that salary is to incorporate Hield and Kyle Anderson into the same sign and trade that sent Klay Thompson outbound. turning it into a 5-team mega deal trade between Charlotte, Dallas, Minnesota, Golden State, and Philadelphia. So,
Can I pivot just for 30 seconds, Fabian?
of course,
30 seconds. I want you to finish that, but 30 seconds before I forget. And as I'm getting to walk out the door for the day, OG did it again, y'all. He did it again. If y'all missed it yesterday, I don't know where you're going to find it. There's clips out there, but do yourself a favor and go check out our very own All Ball, as he had Kenny Anderson, legends, Kenny Anderson and Vernon Maxwell tapped in yesterday for a quick conversation. He smoked it. He asked all the right questions. He was vibing up there. If you missed it, y'all, please tap in. It was fire. I just had to take a second to say that because y'all know how I do. So thank you, Fabian.
I don't know, Fab. I just want to tell, Fleet, thank you. I was trying to get you up there. Look, that's how you know Fleet, my brother. As soon as I see him in the comments and said what he said, I sent him a request. He said, "Damn, OG, I can't get up there right now."
I was in the office. I couldn't do it, but I love when you get in your bag, man. You did a hell of a job yesterday. I just wanted to tell you that real fast.
And I know I appreciate you always. And I know you're a big Houston Rockets Hakeem Olajuwon guy.
Oh, so my God, that's my guy.
But I let me give a shout out to Kenny Anderson and Vernon Maxwell, man. But Kenny Anderson most, because come on, man, these guys show love, man, and it's just genuine.
Yeah.
Everybody in the chat, if y'all not understand what Flea's saying, follow, All We Live Flea, All Ball TV, Fabian Perspective on Instagram. We have some of the dopest lives on IG, and no telling who's gonna come up there. And yesterday, like Flea said, Kenny Anderson, Vernon Maxwell, 2 NBA legends that gonna tell it how it is, man. And it was just dope.
legendary as usual, All Ball. Click the description and you can click all those links for Instagram, Twitter, wherever we at on the social media world. We're all in there. So you can click the Instagram for All Ball TV and you will see all the legendary interviews and it's random, organic.
Oh, that's the best part about it is you don't know who's going to show up to the cookout. You don't know.
That's on Instagram, Gregory Lee. Just click the link in the description. Follow Flea on there on his YouTube. Let's get Flea to 500 subscribers by the end of the month. Let's get Flea to 500 subscribers by the end of the month on YouTube. We ain't playing around, man. Let's get to this last topic before we get going, guys. I know I got you guys for a couple of minutes. Golden State Warriors run has ended officially. Klay Thompson got traded to the Dallas Mavericks. He got up out of there. And Gilbert Arenas and them, they decided to react to it. And it's more interesting what Kenyon Martin has to say. So let's tap into that.
Be a good teammate and be a franchise guy, right? You offered that to Klay and you gave him that decision. He was going to make the right decision. I mean, I think sometimes when everybody is not meat, right? Everybody is not product.
Let me ask you a question. What's the thing that you're saying there? When the whole thing went down with Draymond and KD, you think they made the wrong decision then?
Thank you.
Yep.
Look, yeah. Ask the right questions. Yeah, y'all know.
You said they would have stuck with KD and tried to move Draymond at that point.
Come on, man. One of the worst decisions in sports history.
It looks way different with.
Look at Gilbert.
Hurt you that much.
And the Oscar award goes to.
I'm telling you, like
he playing the game, y'all. He playing the game. Though. Listen, he playing the game though, Flea.
Having KD,
here we go,
would have kept the chances of winning championships very, very high, right? And, you move Draymond Green out and you keep KD, and it's been KD, Klay, and Steph this whole time. you know,
2 more.
they have 2 more, maybe even 3, depending on, what other pieces they put around. So yes.
Yeah, because you can't count all 3 of them dudes being out at once.
Yes. So yeah, it would have been smarter because you can't replace, like, I know you can't replace what Draymond brings to that team, but you can't replace someone like Kevin Durant. Be a good
There you have it. You can't replace someone like Kevin Durant. I don't know which one of you has less time, which AI version of Flea or Obo has less time, but please.
Oh no, no,
Flea,
no, no,
let's
no.
go
Oh no,
first.
no, no, no. I got time for this. I'm gonna let OG
Okay.
go, but I got time for this.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna clock back in at 9. I'm gonna come back on if y'all still on. Let me say this, right? So big shout out Gilbert Arenas, who knows how to play the game, because this is entertainment. So to watch him, long pause like that, gotta love it. But let's be for real. Draymond Green probably messed up one of the greatest basketball teams that could have ever lived. He ran away Kevin Durant. At that time, Kevin Durant was the best player in the league, and he was actually playing defense. Draymond Green did that purposely. My opinion, Draymond Green was jealous because it wasn't about him no more. Golden State was dead wrong. They made the wrong decision 100%, just like they just made another wrong decision letting go one of the Splash Brothers. You pay Draymond 4 years, $100 million, but you don't want to pay Clay? Let me know when the last time Draymond Green had a good season. Yeah, Clay had a rough season, but no excuses. But let's be realistic. You tried to trade me for LeBron James, our nemesis, and I was going to be in that trade, and y'all my brothers, and y'all didn't tell me. Draymond Green is Bane, man. He is disrupting the Golden State Warriors. In my opinion, he's doing it purposely. Don't know why, and this makes you look at Steph Curry funny. Where's your leadership at, bro? Where's this great player, this great leader, this great teammate that everybody talks about? Where's the great guy at? Where's it at? Where's it at? So, before I let Flea go, Golden State Warriors made the wrong decision. And at that time, Golden State was on fire where it would have been no problem to get players to go there. At that time, they could have got anybody to go there. That could have turned right into the Miami Heat where you getting all the guys for the minimum to come win championships. The only difference is they would have won when LeBron in Miami said 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would have been legit for Golden State with Clay, KD, and Curry, because they could have plucked anybody in there at that time. I don't like Draymond Green. I really dislike Draymond Green. His podcast is trash. He's trash. He's not a Hall of Famer. He didn't change the game. I don't understand how people go berserk over him. He's overrated. And yes, I don't like what he did to KD. I don't like what he did to Jordan Poole. And I don't like what he did to Klay Thompson. When they asked him who's untouchable on his team as far as trades, he said Kuminga. He didn't say Klay Thompson. So where was the brotherhood at? We built this together. Klay is just as important to all of y'all with this run. So yeah, Flea, I've never seen one player do damage to an organization like what Draymond Green did. Please, if you know one, let me know. Am I going overboard? Draymond Green literally dismantled the Golden State Warriors, bro. And they lucky Kevin Durant came there, because if he didn't go there, they wouldn't have them other 2 rings, and this would look even more crazier.
And that's the problem right there, OG, is that the 4 rings makes things blurry for people who really want to really have a real conversation about this.
Thank you. Great point.
It blurs the lines, and it makes people hesitant to tell the real truth about this whole thing. And you hit it right on the head. He is extremely responsible for the dissension of that team. Extremely responsible.
Hey, Flea, hold on. I forgot one point that you could finish. I'm so sorry. He was the reason they lost a championship. 73-9. Steph Curry has the unanimous MVP that year. You cost him a championship by being suspended for that one game.
It changed it. I was sitting there watching that game, and I said, when the news came down the next day that he was suspended for Game 5, I was like, this series is changing. I didn't say Cleveland was gonna win, but I said to one of my men, I said, yo, this series is about to be completely different now because of that suspension. And lo and behold, they come back from a 3-1 deficit and win that series solely because of him not being able to control his emotions. There's just too many incidents where I don't think he's held responsible enough. And then he goes on his podcast yesterday and does everything but shed a tear. Like, cut it out. I sat there and watched that 45 minutes just because I wanted to see how authentic and how real he would be when tackling this topic. And he disappointed me as I thought he would. He didn't touch on the real things. He didn't touch on the real timeline of things. He spoke about how much Clay struggled last year, how he was unhappy to see him unhappy, right? He talked a lot about his struggles, and for me, like if I was sitting there, I really wanted to ask him, what did you do to help him with his struggles? What did you do as the leader that everybody says you are? What did you do to help try to galvanize him? Because for some reason, last summer, you were going to go to Memphis, right? So now I don't know if y'all heard him say that, but last summer.
Yeah, I heard that.
He said that he made a call to Steve Kerr, Steph, and Klay Thompson to let them know that he was going to be headed to Memphis, and this would be it. How can they get the deal done? What words of encouragement do they provide you through all your trials and tribulations that you weren't able to reciprocate to Klay Thompson? Why could they find a way to keep you, but you couldn't find a way to keep Klay? Help me understand it.
Exactly.
So again, the punch with Jordan Poole, the back and forth with Kevin Durant, like they've made him and what he does for them much more important than it really is. This ain't the first guy that can be replaced, and they should have replaced him a long time ago. I don't take pride in agreeing with Kenyon Martin, but I agree with him today. They should have done that.
Golden State is not as smart as I thought they was. I remember when they said we light years ahead of everybody. No, you not. No, you not.
But there's another move that everybody don't even talk about. Like, you helped build this dynasty and then got the fuck out of there, Bob Myers. Like, nobody ever says anything about that. Like, dog, how'd you duck out of there and leave it to a novice to clean up? Mike Dunleavy's a novice at this shit, man.
Bro, they just signed Calvin Anderson. Like, if I'm Steph Curry, no disrespect, I'm out of here. What are we doing? We talk about signing Buddy Hield. Like, what y'all doing over here? What? Nah, this is your man. And now I'm starting to think Bob Myers was seeing, remember, he was there, firsthand, inside. He probably seen how they was with Draymond and said, I ain't putting up with this. But
come on, OG. Like, he's the guy. See, here's the other thing. And Fabian said this offline yesterday. I thought this was phenomenal. ESPN has hired a guy that can literally answer all the tough questions anybody has about the Golden State Warriors, and they don't do it.
They don't ask him none.
They don't put his feet to the fire to ask him. That video, we still don't know how that Jordan Poole video leaked. We still have no clue. No clue. How the hell don't we know how that happened?
I've never seen a non-superstar, a guy that averages single digits in everything, take down an organization like this. I've never seen this. And Flea, you said something that was just on point. The 4 rings blurs everything because all everybody gonna say is, well, they got 4 rings. No, they got 2. Kevin Durant got 2. And I'm standing on that. straight up. No. Straight up. We got to be for real.
I would love for someone to ask Bob Myers, what is it about Draymond Green that Golden State loves so much that it would have you pick Draymond over Kevin Durant? But I also got to go the other way and disagree with y'all. I don't think they win without Draymond Green. Is he more replaceable?
I don't think we're saying that. But I'm gonna let you go. But that's not what I'm saying. I just want to be clear. He's vital. He's vital. But I very replaceable. Go ahead, Fabian.
Hold on. Let's say they got Draymond Green.
Hold on. Get your, I don't know your mic, oh ball.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, now we good.
So you telling me they replaced Draymond Green with someone? It don't have to be no one of that caliber. And the way Kevin Durant was at that time, they wasn't going to win more championships?
To win more, yeah, it's too much talent there. But I can't overlook the fact that we love Michael Jordan, we love Kobe Bryant, we love all our old school guys. And Draymond Green is one of the only guys in the NBA right now that remind us of the old school. That's just bottom line. No matter how we feel about him, I think he's a Knicks hater like we have up here. I think he does a lot of theatrics. But the NBA wants Draymond Green. How is he still in the league? There's something that he had, some leverage that he has over them in general. But on top of that, with Golden State, I think that Golden State really feels like, remember, Steve Kerr was there and got snuffed by Michael Jordan. They admitted to this. That competitive nature, that dog in them, that people, I don't know why people overlook that's thrown out there a lot. That, well, I don't know what dog means. Well, dog is Draymond Green, because it ain't talent. It ain't talent. It's not about that. It's about every day in practice, who's pointing to the elephant in the room? Who's calling somebody out? Yeah, he snuffed Jordan Poole, but there's a competitiveness in that practice that I think Draymond brings to the table that none of them do. Kevin Durant is a passive-aggressive dude. He can't even stand you talking about him on Twitter. So imagine in person. Like the way he yells at Westbrook, the way he yells at people has always been soft to me. And Draymond Green, nobody ever accused him of being soft. So I think that ingredient.
We never accused him of being good at basketball neither. We never accused talented and good basketball player. Or do I want a tough guy? Because I can't call him fake. We've seen him snuff people. So he is a tough guy. I just want a tough guy who doesn't have the same talent. He's a grown man. I could go find somebody else that's dumb enough to punch somebody in the face. I could go find somebody to do that.
But I don't think it's just about punching somebody in the face. I think it's the threat of somebody. I don't know what goes on every day at practice. Now, on Klay Thompson's on his way out, they start bringing up all these things about how Klay Thompson was a problem all of a sudden in the locker room. They put the dirt on the smut on his name. I don't know where.
That was one season, and he was frustrated. We're talking about. We're going back to 2016 with this shit with Draymond Green, bro. 2016. We're going that far back.
Right, but how else can you explain them keeping him? There's no other reason there. I truly believe Golden State is telling all of us without saying it, bro, we're not winning. Steph Curry he's not what he's missing that. Dirk Nowitzki didn't have the Draymond Green. He didn't. And Dirk was going through the same thing that I think they think Steph would have gone through without a Draymond there to push him. Who was there to push Dirk Nowitzki and not baby him and not confront him like, yo, you supposed to kill Golden State. You're supposed to kill the Miami Heat. I believe that's what Draymond is for them.
I look at that a little different. And that's fine. I understand what you're saying. I look at that just slightly different. When Steph Curry primarily was the main ball handler, distributor, guy who initiated the offense with Monte Ellis next to him, he was a different player. He's a good player, but he was not who Steph Curry is today. And they realized that, okay, we need to take the ball out of his hand. He can't be the primary guy that initiates everything. He can't be the guy that controls the offense with his dribble. He can't be that guy. And so they figured out that, okay, Draymond is excellent
at being a point forward type guy. So that value right there is invaluable. Like you can't, that's hard to replace. So I think that's a big reason why Draymond Green still has a Golden State Warriors jersey on, is because the position that Steph in is the best position he could be most successful at. If you take him out of that, then you put him back on the basketball, and he can be good, but I don't think he can be as good as he's been over the last 10 years. So that's what magnifies who Draymond is. If they had another guy that could do that, Draymond Green's not a Golden State Warrior anymore. But that piece is so valuable.
I think that's what keeps him on the team. Because without that, and also the illegal picks that he sets, like a crazy offensive lineman, those are all illegal damn near. They're like, Giannis to me gets away with so much because he's Giannis. He doesn't get away with all those charges and offensive fouls if he's not Giannis and bringing in the bank like that and he's not a star. Same thing with Draymond Green. If Steph Curry and they don't achieve superstardom as a team, Draymond Green doesn't get away with all that stuff on the court. Not just the antics, but the actual fouls. Not forget the technical fouls and being kicked out of a game. He shouldn't be in the league. We all agree with that. But to stay in the game, to stay on the team and provide the Golden State Warriors with what they need is the reason why he's on the team. That skill set, the intangibles that we never talk about, the skills that we never talk about when we talk about the greatest skill sets of all time, who he's far from being. But I truly believe that what did Pat Riley call it? The ingredient of greed, or the just the greed for more, whatever it is. It's so hard to win back-to-back finals. Pat Riley dubbed the word three-peat for a reason, because it's so hard to win two in a row, let alone 3 in a row, which the Lakers never did. But I don't know if he patented that word or not, but if I'm not mistaken, he did patent that term and they sold it. They were made t-shirts out of it after he created the word, because he's the one who talked about that. Isaiah Thomas talked about winning back-to-back finals. Those things don't happen without those guys pushing everybody the way that Draymond does on camera. I can only imagine off camera how he is. And he provides just the tension that you need. When Steve Kerr was there, the last time you had a dynasty like the Golden State Warriors, who were even bigger than the Golden State Warriors, were the Chicago Bulls. And he knew, practice was crazy, man. Michael didn't let up. Mike was insane. Like the attention that we had, it was nothing like ever before in basketball history. And on top of that, in order to maintain success with the spotlight on you, you need this kind of thing around. And Draymond provided that. So could they have won without Draymond? You traded him and you get, of course, he's more replaceable than Kevin Durant on that court. We can't argue that. But Kevin Durant is also, who knows what he brought to the game. Remember, there was arguments about his style not fitting a lot because he was starting to go one-on-one. Who would have been there to argue with Kevin Durant and say, yo, you're doing too much one-on-one, man. You're doing too much one-on-one. Who's going to call out Kevin Durant? Maybe they didn't feel like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson are the type to call people out. That's how I feel about it, because there's no other reason for Draymond Green to be in that environment. It's just it's beyond the word toxic. It's destructive. It's self-destructive. And it wasn't just him getting suspended in that finals. Andrew Bogut got hurt. There's a lot that came with that. And I agree with you. As soon as that happened with Draymond, I thought the Cavaliers had a chance, take it one game at a time. But that's my position with Draymond Green. He's a really interesting character. He ain't going to be a Hall of Famer because of his skills, though, and his contribution to the Golden State Warriors on the court. It got to be him just being a celebrity.
He's attached to one of the greatest dynasties and the greatest ways you play basketball. He's attached to the evolution of basketball as we see it. He's attached to that, whether we like it or not. So we've seen,
I see what you're saying. The evolution of basketball as a whole, like the team.
As a team. Like, he's attached to that. When you start talking about, actions that teams run because it was so successful with the Golden State Warriors, Draymond Green is a part of that. So I mean, he'll be a Hall of Famer. He's got some individual accolades, right? I think those individual accolades are directly correlated to where he played. But
He has them. We've seen guys get in for less. So Draymond Green absolutely will. Draymond Green absolutely will be a Hall of Famer when it's all said and done. You could book that.
Shout out to Big Flea. Shout out to All Ball. Oh, let me get to this comment just to get you understand. J to the B music. If you do really make music, you got to understand. Right now, we got 47 people watching us on Knicks Rehab. We have 50 people watching us on All Ball Family Perspective channel. Click the description. Follow everybody on there. Follow us on Instagram. Follow all the other channels. We got Flea in there. Flea's channel. Click on that. We got to get them to 500 subscribers by the end of the month. Let's get this going. The reason why we talked about the Knicks and Kessler earlier, you can rewind the tape. We got to that, but we come up with different topics because YouTube, real quick lesson on YouTube, they'll gas you up for 5,000 subscribers and then drop your views like they did with us. But luckily, we have you guys supporting us and getting us over 100 people in the building on YouTube at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday, on hump day. And you guys have been doing it every day. So I appreciate y'all. So we take these topics like Draymond Green. You think he talked about the Knicks by accident? No. Knicks for clicks is real. Draymond Green's name is in the algorithm. He's still on the volume, but he changed from the volume YouTube channel to his own channel. And he talks about the Knicks. Why? Because he wants the views. So guess what? We're going to reciprocate. We're going to take the views too from Draymond. And that's why we got to do it. Chill Will in the building as usual. Appreciate you. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the all notifications buttons after you subscribe. That way, when you see us, you click on us. Even if you can't catch us live, it'll be in your notifications tab, and you can click on us there. We work hard on the thumbnails. We work hard on the titles. We work hard in general. I just came off of work. Flea's headed to work. AI All Ball was in the works. The real All Ball will be in later. Oh, look. The AI All Ball is back.
Yeah. You can hear me?
Just like that.
The hard work shows. Thank you, John Q. You had some last words for Draymond Green, All Ball?
Oh, yeah. Just real quick. So y'all see LeBron James took a pay cut, so maybe he can get Draymond Green over there with him.
And that was his pay cut? $100 million?
Exactly. I'm gonna take a pay cut to get more stars over here. Right. 2 years, $104 million. You gotta love this shit, man.
Did not work. You know who that was.
All ball suckers.
Are we live?
Big Flea, never the little one.
And you know who I am, man. We're gonna try to do 7:30 tonight, but definitely tomorrow morning, 7:45 a.m. Eastern time. And any breaking news, I might wake up from my nap and get on here on the audio tab. Until then, all ball TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.